me, fellas!
All right, old school NBA fans, self-research, NBA facts. Got another video for you. As always, thanks to anybody who watches my videos, subscribes to my channel. I really appreciate it. In this video here, talking about the teams with the best record in the NBA. And I've heard so many people say that, the Bulls, for example, had best roster in the NBA. What do you expect? Yada, yada, yada. Well, I'm here to tell you that in the last 52 seasons, since 1972, the Lakers, these are the teams who had the best record in the NBA and won the championship. So there were no teams between 1973 and 1980 that did it. It was always, a 2 seed, a 3 seed, whatever, not the best record in the NBA team. So you got 1981 Boston Celtics, you got the 1983 Philadelphia 76ers, the 1984 Boston Celtics. Now, you're going to hear these teams, and, they're pretty much legendary for the most part. Why? Because these are the teams that had a target on their back. Everybody's gunning for them. They've done nothing but build defenses, offenses, whatever, to stop this particular team because of how good they were. Then you got the 1986 Boston Celtics, the 1987 Lakers, the 1988 Lakers, and the 89 Pistons. So again, all these teams are awesome. You know what I'm saying? Like these are teams that them. They're famous. Then you have the team that dominated the 90s. The 1992 Chicago Bulls at 67-15. The 1996 Bulls at 72-10. The 1997 Bulls at 69-13. And the 1998 Bulls at 62-20. Every single year, they had the best record. It was a wrap. They were the champion, period. And you're going to see how many teams it is. It isn't that many. You got the 1999 Spurs, the 2000 Lakers, the 2003 Spurs, and the 2008 Boston Celtics. All right? Then you have the 2013 Miami Heat, the 2014 Spurs, the 2015 Golden State Warriors, and the 2017 Golden State Warriors. And then you have the 2024 Boston Celtics just this last season. They're the only team to have the best record in the NBA and win the championship in the last 7 years since the 17 Warriors. That should tell you right there. This is not an easy thing to do. So by my count, I got 20 teams of the last 53 seasons who had the best record also won the championship. So that means it's more common that the team that didn't have the best record won the championship. So when you look at individual players, all-time greats, now I'm of the opinion of, and you do not have to share it, so you don't need to get nasty and whatever in the comments, but I'm of the opinion that if you're an all-time great and you have the best record in the NBA, you better lose to another all-time great with a squad, or else this is a black mark on your resume. Just like this guy.
Pulled off the greatest upset in the history of the NBA playoffs. They have defeated the Dallas Mavericks in 6.
So, Dirk Nowitzki is somebody that, a very well-deserved top 75 player. No doubt about it. But the thing is he is on a whole nother level of how good he really was because he beat LeBron James. But people will ignore the negative that he had. Like in 2003, tied for the best record in the NBA. He didn't win the championship. Okay, fine, whatever. How about 2007? You just saw the worst upset in NBA history. And those two don't even account for the 2-0 lead that he blew in the finals in 2006. So all those things are definitely negatives for sure. Now, does 2011 wash all that away? Not in my estimation. It helps, absolutely helps. But Dirk Nowitzki, to me, is not approaching a top 25 all-time player. I'm sorry, he just isn't. You want to argue top 30, maybe top 35, I would probably be putting him somewhere around there. But I hear people trying to put him in the top 20, calling him the best international player, at least until this newest crop of players. I'm like, oh, no. Dirk was a great player, don't get me wrong. But let's not elevate him just because he beat LeBron James. So Dirk Nowitzki was 0 for 2 in those situations, like I said. John Havlicek was 3 for 4. Now, granted, he was on Boston, with Bill Russell in 63, 64, 65. But he did lose in 1973, but he separated his shoulder. So you kind of got to give him a break a little bit on that. At least I would. Technically, he's 3 for 4. But if you want to, not count it and call it 3 for 3, that's fine. Because he was injured and he did miss a game in there. Charles Barkley's 0 for 1. That was just the 93 season we lost. And then Dwayne Wade, 1 for 1. Believe it or not, the only time that Dwayne Wade was on a team with the best record was 2013. That's it. One time. And he did win it, though. So then I threw in Isaiah Thomas. Now, here's the difference between a Michael Jordan supporter like myself and LeBron James supporters. They will pump up every single competition of LeBron James, no matter what. Me, I think Isaiah Thomas is a little bit overrated. I said that in a video the other day. Michael Jordan himself said he's the second best point guard of all time. I don't think he is. Top 5, yeah. But he wasn't really winning until Dumars, Rodman, and the rest of the boys came in, joined the team. But he had a good team early 80s, and he wasn't winning at all. Nikola Jokic has never had the best record in the NBA. Giannis is 0 for 3. I think it's 2019, 2020, and 2023. But in 23, he missed 2 games. And I think he missed 1 in 2019 as well. So, you could count it if you want to, but it's kind of iffy. Then you got Elgin Baylor, never had the best record. David Robinson was 2 for 4. Bob Pettit never had the best record. Kevin Durant, 2 for 2. Just those 2 years, 2017 and 18 on Golden State. We all know how we feel about that. All right, then we got Kevin Garnett, who's 1 for 1. His only time being the best record was in 08, and he won it. That matters to me. Karl Malone was 0 for 2. In 98, they actually tied the Bulls, but still, under this context, he did have the best record. Actually was the number 1 overall seed with home court. And then the next year, in 99, same thing, tied San Antonio with the best record. 0 for 2, however. George Mikan was 3 for 4. Believe it or not, Mikan in 1951 got upset by Rochester Royals. That was his really only upset or even loss period. Well, I think he did lose his last season in 56, but he was done. But anyway, he did legitimately get upset by Rochester. And then Oscar Robertson, 1 for 2. That was when he was on Milwaukee. All right. Then we got Steph Curry, 2 for 3, because he got upset in 2016. 15 and 17, he won. Moses Malone, just the one time in 83, but he did win it. Jerry West, same thing, in 1972, the only time, but he did win it. Dr. J is actually 1 for 2, had the best record in 81, did not win, and did win it in 83. LeBron James, 1 for 3, had the best record in 09, had the best record in 2010, and then had the best record in 2013. And that one, of course, you needed a miracle 3 from Ray Allen. You needed 7 games to beat Indiana in the conference finals, then 7 games to beat the Spurs. But whatever, they did win. 1 for 3. Shaq, the only time he had the best record in the NBA was in 2000. He won, 1-for-1. Tim Duncan, 3-for-5. I mean, this guy had the best record a lot. And, I definitely have him in my top 10, but people have him in the top 5. It's just a bridge too far for me. Hakeem Olajuwon was never the number 1 seed, never won 60 games, and won 2 championships. You got to give him some kind of credit for that. Wilt Chamberlain is 2-for-4. The only time he ever won championships is when he was on a loaded, legendary team. That would have been 67 76ers and the 72 Lakers. Larry Bird, 3-for-6. Guy was, I think him and only Russell had the best record more than Larry Bird. He was 3-for-6, which is okay. But, he did lose even with the best record. Kareem was 3-for-5. And people who want to call this guy, the GOAT or top 2 or whatever, slightly disappointing. Kobe Bryant, only 1 time. And that would have been in 2000. 1-for-1. Bill Russell, however you want to look at it, he was either 8-for-8 if you want to discard the 58 finals, but if you include it because he played the majority of the series just barely, then he was 8-for-9. Fine, fair enough. But this guy here, Michael Jordan, 4-for-4, all 4 times. He had the best record. He won the championship. Now, there was only 2 players who had 3 times they had the best record in the NBA and did not win at least 2 championships. Giannis, but again, he was hurt in 2 of them. One of them he missed, 2 games, 2 full games, and I think part of another one. And then another one he missed at least 1 game. I think that was just a couple years ago in 2023. LeBron James had no injuries. He played, just like he would normally any other game. He did not miss any time. He was not injured. His 3 shots, he was, he did get the one in 2013. But those 09 and 010 teams, people want to blame it on the supporting cast, which I didn't think was actually that bad. And you go back and look in 2009. This team, Cleveland in 09, 66-16, 26-4 against the West, 39-2 at home. They go 8-0 in the first 2 rounds of the playoffs. And then, at the halftime of game 1, right before the halftime, this happens.
Second remaining. Good job by Alston, who was under pressure, but got the ball to Gortat. And here's Mo Williams firing one. And small! Well, look at it. It appeared he got it off. From the back court, Mo Williams.
So now they're up 15 points. Game 1, at home, at halftime. And then this happens.
Shot clock. Cavaliers up by 2. Lewis pops it out to Turkoglu. Lewis for 3. Yes! Orlando has taken a 1-point lead. And
so, what can you say? Ultimately, this is what happened to Cleveland in 2009.
The final seconds. The Orlando Magic have defeated the Cleveland Cavaliers in 6, and they are headed to the finals for the first time since 1995.
And like I said, you could blame this on the supporting cast all you want to, but, LeBron had his moments where, he didn't play that well, and he's the leader of the team. So if you're going to give him credit for the good stuff, you got to give him the blame for the bad stuff. This team was championship level team. They were the Vegas odds-on favorite to win it all, and it just didn't happen. And then in the next season, in 2010,
steals on the night.
Yeah, and their steals led to buckets, as you can see. LeBron James gets the easy little throw in. Look, KG working.
Triple-double for him, but Garnett was a puzzle that the Cavaliers just could not solve. And there's LeBron walking off, peeling away the wine and gold of the Cleveland Cavaliers jersey for what Cavaliers fans hope is not the final time.
What can you say? You know what I mean? And yes, LeBron did not go back to Cleveland after, well, he did 4 years later, but he ran his ass out of town. But this is the difference for me, why this guy here is the undisputed GOAT and why he should be so, for being able to do this to finish games.
Jordan. Yes. Scottie Pippen looking for Michael Jordan. Checks the clock. 5 on the 24. Here's Jordan. Did not have the shot. Kerr does. Steve Kerr. 5 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. The Jazz take a timeout.
Well, the question was, would they come double Michael Jordan? Stockton game. Steve Kerr, reminiscent of John Paxson in '93.
5 seconds remaining in regulation. The inbound. Pippen rolls it to Kukoc. And the Bulls have won their 5th championship.
So, to me, it's clear. You got one guy who nobody on this list, with the exception of Bill Russell, if you want to take out the 58 finals, has at least 4 times the number, being the best record in the NBA. That's only a handful of people anyway, like Bird, Kareem, Russell, Mikan, a handful of players. To win all 4 of them, though, he's the only player to do that. That's period, point blank. The only one to do it at that clip. So what can you say? Everybody thinks it's so easy to win. Oh, you got the best record. You know what I'm saying? It's just, again, just some kind of a gimmick, some kind of a narrative all these people want to use. But when you go back and look at the history, you see it is not as easy as what you think it is. It's more common that a team that did not have the best record win the championship. So anyway, that's all I got for this video. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked it, please hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed already, please do. And that's it. Until next time.